initially went as Greg Hine. That was your initial name. So tell us about your name change, why you decided to change your name and like rebrand yourself a little bit.
Well, yeah, so I went by Greg Hine. My real name is Gregory Eric Hine, so everybody just called me Greg. That was just like a simple, that was my name. And, like I moved out to LA, and like I just started to see things a bit differently, and I was counseled by people who have made it in the industry and stuff, and A&Rs, and a couple people have suggested, like, have you ever thought about a name change? And I was like, yeah, but I can't think of shit. Like I have no idea what I'm gonna go by. Like and then I linked up with this producer Bongo, and they just started calling me Aldae, like, because that's literally what I do every day, and is make music, like, when possible. So, and yeah, they just called me Aldae, and it just kind of stuck. And so I give credit to this dude named Bongo for giving me that name. And yeah, just all day long. I don't really go by all day long, but that's the name. So okay. And yeah, all day is pretty much like my Slim Shady almost. It's just a more rugged, like, like rock party like a rock star. Like all day is like, there's a different tone to the voice of all day too. It's louder, it's like more raw, like Greg Hine, that's more of on some smooth shit, like some like really just smooth. And I'm not abandoning those elements that I have in my songwriting. It's just like I have so much music now with this new persona, and it's like so much of it is unreleased that I think people will definitely understand the transition and fall in love with the character that we're putting out there. So and it's like
that was actually I was gonna say that was actually my next question. Is I've noticed a tonal change and kind of a different vibe to when you go as Aldae, but you're not abandoning Greg Hine. You're still going to release music as Greg Hine, type of thing.
I mean, probably not, bro. Like, this is what I'm gonna do, because I just stripped my SoundCloud, bro, and I was like, nobody's gonna give a fuck, like. And I've been getting message after message.
I was about to message you, man. I was like, where's all these songs, man? Because those were the original songs I found you on.
Yeah, I made a mistake on that, bro. Like, definitely wish I could take back that choice. Not only because some of the numbers were nice, but just because people genuinely are asking without, like, where's Lifted at? Like, that's my favorite song. Like, where's Down? Repost Down. But
Still Here and Let Go. Let Go is the first song of yours I heard.
Yeah, that's dope, bro. So this is like the compromise I'm gonna make. I'm just gonna probably make like a Greg Hine SoundCloud and then an Aldae SoundCloud, and post all those old tracks there so people can just listen to the history and stuff. And then this will just be like my breakthrough moment though as Aldae. So, and it's easier for me to go by Aldae because like I've met with nearly every single major label, bro, and I will become a product essentially, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like kind of like definitely like have a lot of feelings and attach a lot of emotion towards my music, and it's like if I'm going by somebody else, it'll be easier for me just to like roll with all this shit that comes with selling yourself to to monetize your talent, you know what I'm saying? Because at first it was like kind of weird because you're taking like a God-given gift and then making money off of it, and it's like I don't know, it's just like a weird, it's still something I'm trying to figure out and that I like think about spiritually, but like Aldae is definitely like a marketable, and I'm cool with it because I can kind of like blame things on that wouldn't necessarily be me, like genuinely, so it's all good. If that makes sense. I might just went on a tangent, I'm sorry.
No, yeah, it makes perfect sense. So back to those old songs. We'll get to some of your newer stuff here in a second. How did you make that song Let Go?
Let Go. So
with Blackbear, because that's how I found you. I still am. Blackbear is one of my favorite artists to listen to right now.
Yeah.
But that's how I found you. I was listening to him, and then that song came up, and I was like, wow, who is this guy? This guy's amazing.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, so I just, during that summer, like 2 years ago, bro, I was just working in a warehouse, like, and I was just on a streak, bro, like a hot streak of just like good song after good song, and I got that beat off SoundClick. I don't know if you know what that is. SoundClick. It's like this online catalog for producers who post their beats for people who want to buy them.
Okay.
And so I was just getting a lot of beats off SoundClick, and I just was having friends over, and in my room in that abandoned house, just drinking, and like I was just going through all these producers' pages, and this dude named Sufi. I heard this beat, bro, and automatic that melody just like came out of me. And then Kendall was there, and he like threw out a couple suggestions for the hook. I had the melody 100%, and then we just wrapped words around it. I wrote a first verse, and then like the very next day we recorded it. And normally I would just finish the whole song. Like that was the first time I ever left the studio and left a second verse open. And at this point, I'm like, I also had found Blackbear, and I was like, yo, this dude is dope. Like, he really is kind of doing the same thing that I do, but on a bigger level, and
right.
Like, he's dope. And I just talked to Blackbear like 2 days ago at a party, by the way, but my cat is being so weird right now. She wants so much attention. Look at her. She just being a weirdo.
I have a cat too. I don't know why people say that they're not affectionate.
Oh man, this cat is a diva, bro. She thinks she's a human being. So yeah, like I just emailed Blackbear, bro. Like I saw a fan like take a picture of him on Twitter and was like, he was like, yo, send it to this email. So I just like got his email address right off that tweet, like definitely being a creeper, like that's the boy.
No, but that's what you got to do sometimes. You got to be aggressive, right?
Bro, ain't shit gonna happen for you, bro, unless you do some uncomfortable things in this life, dude. Like, that's what I'm learning. Like, so I just emailed him like this rock song that I did. Like, it's called Lonely, and I've never released it. It's one of my favorite songs I've ever done. It's like just straight up fucking rock, like rock and hip hop. And I knew he kind of came from that background, and I was like, I said something real bold too. I'm trying to remember what it was. Like, I was just like, attached that song, and I was like, hey man, would be great to work, if not, at least saying fuck off would be better than nothing, or some shit like that. Just like real bold, like, man, you don't even know what this shit is in your email type shit. Like, and he got back to me, and he was like, wow, like, that's amazing, but I don't know what I would do to it. And I was like, yeah, I was like, all right. So I'm thinking like, oh, so he's already thinking about like doing something together. So I was like, all right. And then I think I sent him a couple more things, and then he sent, like, at this point he's sending me like some beats with ideas and stuff, and I'm like, he's like, here, these are some ideas for us, and I'm like, holy shit, like I'm some unknown kid, like literally face full of pimples, like in a warehouse, bro, like pushing a forklift every day, talking to myself for 8 hours a day, bro, like picking shit up, like unloading trucks. And you know, this is like, to me, I like my first like you know. So then I do the Let Go track probably like that same week, and for some reason, bro, I didn't finish that song. First time I never finished the second verse, and then like the idea just dawned on me. I was like, yo, I'll shoot this over to him. Like, his ideas were cool, but they were like, this song was perfectly structured and open for a second verse. And he was like, yo, I love it. Do you mind if I put harmonies on the end? And I was like, man, do whatever you want. Fuck yeah. I'm like telling my friends, yo, I'm getting a Blackbear track, and this is like, you know, like, it was really exciting, bro, because yeah, Blackbear was one of my favorite artists at that time, because he was just doing something that nobody I knew was doing. And he made the trip out to LA, just, you know, some shit that I modeled, like got inspiration from, like just something about him inspired me. So yeah, yeah, he sends it back, and I'm like, yo, this is fucking dope as shit. I'm like going crazy. All my friends that knew me were excited because it sounded like really good. And so he sent it back, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna post this on SoundCloud. And I didn't hear from him, and I was like, man, what the fuck? And just kept not hearing from him. Then I got a call from Florida, and it was his manager, Tabari, and he was like, hey man, we're in the studio with Posner, or we're in the studio with G-Eazy, and they're like, this was like 2-3 years ago. Yeah, like 2 or 3 years ago. They're like, we're in the studio with G-Eazy, and they want Posner to sing the hook, and G-Eazy to rap the verses, and G-Eazy and Blackbear to take the verses. And I just, like, something just died in me. Like, I was like, fuck no, I don't give a shit. This is my song. Like, thinking back, bro, it was a very immature decision because, you know, just by how I've crossed all 3 of their paths now out here. And that could have been like a real smooth intro to the game as a young kid. But my head and like ego back then, like I was just convinced I was gonna be better than all 3 of them put together. Like I was just convinced like they don't have shit on me. Like their shit's cool, but as far as like the swag that I'm gonna have, and like I was just like so. I saw myself like 10 years down the road, and I was like, I'm not blessing these dudes with a track. Like, and then I like really turned them off at that point, bro, because I didn't handle it correctly, and I just threw the song on SoundCloud. And you know, I could have had like a Posner song, G-Eazy song, like super early, and you know, I just let it go. And then from that point on, bro, like I never really talked with Blackbear. I came out to a show my first time in LA and talked to him, but you know, yeah, bro, like just from that small decision, they probably saw me as like a bit arrogant and competitive. And yeah, so I just ran into Blackbear at a G-Eazy party. My girl got invited to this G-Eazy party because
So you were talking about the one over the weekend? Or
yeah, in Malibu.
Oh, I just saw that on TMZ, ironically.
Yeah, I was there, and there was so many people there, bro, and it was like such an awesome networking opportunity. I saw my lawyer there. I saw all these A&Rs that I knew. Like, I met Hit Boy, like this new dude that's coming out named Marky Basie. I met this dude named
I know
Nick.
him.
Yeah, so
like, I know his music. I don't know him, but yeah.
Yeah, he was like one of the nicest people. I was like, damn, he's super approachable.
Yeah, I was doing some creeping on your Instagram. I see you've been hanging around with the game recently.
Yeah.
How has he been influential in your process, and like what exactly has he been working on with you?